What's up, you guys? It is the Moses of Finance teaching you God's money management framework from a certified financial planner's perspective. Now, as always, before I jump into today's topics, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I've asked that you please do. Number two, if you can do me a big favor and smash that like button. The topic for this month that we've been going through is marriage and money. Today's topic is starting strong. Newlyweds Roadmap to Financial Freedom. The Newlyweds Roadmap for Financial Freedom. Now, why am I a good source? Talked about it in the last video, but the main reason is that I'm talking about both of these things, marriage and money, is because I've been married for 14 years and my wife and I have 3 kids. And also I'm a certified financial planner and I have a 7-figure financial planning and wealth management firm where all of my clients are allowing me to manage their life savings. And so very honored to do that, man. Kind of a transparent moment. So, but anywho, enough of the mushy stuff. Let's jump in. So you just got married and you're trying to figure a lot of different things out. And so I've been there. I know exactly where you're at. And everybody's story is different. Some people that I've worked with jump right in and start combining their stuff. My wife and I wasn't that simple. Didn't do it. No, you keep your stuff over there. I'll keep my stuff over here. And but then eventually, we ended up combining everything. All right. So we're going to talk about some things. So for newlyweds managing their finances together, it takes a special significance because as you navigate the early stages of your married life, these are topics and strategies that are going to give you a kickstart into your financial future. And so when you start these things right off the bat from the first year in your marriage, it's really going to give you a game-changing foundation. So number one, you need to understand each other's financial habits. Take time to understand each other's attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors when it comes to money. Perhaps you should discuss the financial upbringing. So what did you guys taught? What were you taught about money as you grew up? What are some of their experiences that they've had with money, good and bad? Are there any concerns or expectations that they have with their money moving forward throughout life? And have a conversation about that, because this understanding is going to help you to develop empathy and find common ground when making financial decisions. Proverbs 20:5 says, "The purpose in a man's heart is like deep water, but a man's understanding will draw it out." While not specifically about marriage, this verse speaks to the significance of seeking understanding and drawing out the depths of one's heart. The principle applies to cultivating a deeper understanding within your marriage as well. So you need to discuss who's the spender. You need to discuss who's the saver. You need to discuss if you are both spenders. And if you're both spenders, I recommend that you get professional help. Not saying that it's a bad thing, but finance is 80% behavioral. And so what I found is that the reason that people don't get to where they want to be, so like if you're looking at your life right now, and then you have a place in your mind that you're saying, I want to be here in 10 years. If you continue to spend all of your money, AKA kill your money, then you're not going to be where you want to be in that 10-year period. And so it's good to get the assistance from a financial planner so that they can help you chart out a path for your money, but more importantly, help you automate things, all right? And automate the money to go in the right specific places. You need to discuss if you both are savers. And then if you're both savers, determine what you're going to do in terms of how you're going to spend the money and enjoy the life and, all of those things. So understanding each other's financial habits is very crucial. Now, consolidating and organizing your finances. I believe that newlyweds should assess their individual financial situation and determine the best way to consolidate and or organize their finances. And the reason why I say that is because I understand that there's going to be a growth trend and there's going to be a period where, you do trust your spouse because you trust them enough to marry them, but there might be certain aspects, not just in money, maybe in other areas, because I know for me, it took my wife and I a while, almost to the tune of 8 years before we were 100% vulnerable with each other, with our internal deepest feelings and stuff. So there may be a period where you might not completely trust your spouse with the whole money thing. It's like, nah, I'm not combining my money with you because you spend too much. So I do believe that you need to discuss that, but that's why I say consolidate and or organize, because if you're going to be separate for a period of time, then I think that you need to organize your finances as well in a way that works best for you. Now, this may involve, if you do decide to combine things, this may involve you combining bank accounts, credit cards, and then looking at your insurance policies to make sure that you both are within the confines of the policy itself, meaning that either you're beneficiary of a policy or choosing which health insurance policy is best for you guys to choose. All right. When it comes to the accounts, consider which accounts that you want to keep. Now, I'm actually going to do a deeper dive on this next week. And I'm actually going to do a whiteboard presentation outlining how you should specifically, and I shouldn't necessarily say that that's the one way. So I don't want to say how you should, but it's an example of how I would recommend that you guys look at combining your finances, and more specifically, why I believe that you should combine your finances. All right. But here's a strategy that will help you if I can get it out, in the interim. All right. Now, first thing you need is an income account. All right. So if you're going to combine your finances, I believe that you need one account that's going to be your income account, meaning that all of your money goes into that one account. Her money, his money, his money, his money, her money, whatever your makeup is. All right. I'm not here to judge nobody. So all your money goes in there. Then you have fund money accounts. So the fund money account is basically the account that you use for your unaccounted for spending. You can't say nothing about what your spouse does, and they can't say anything about you, right? Then you have one savings account. Then you have a joint investment account. And then you have your individual retirement accounts. Retirement accounts are something that you cannot merge. You can't have a joint retirement account, all right? Next, you need to discuss short-term and long-term financial goals, right? As newlyweds, you likely have various short-term and long-term goals, such as buying a house, starting a family, and pursuing higher education. So you want to discuss and prioritize these things together and create a joint vision with specific financial targets. And this will help you with determining what decision to make when you're faced with a challenge and or a problem. So like for me and my family, our vision or mission is to exemplify God's love and prove the Bible to be true for others in marriage, family, parenting, business, money, health, and wellness. The Bible talks about all of those things. And so the Bible to me is a prosperity book, and you should be able to prosper in all of those areas. So my family is to be the example of that. And so I believe that we're living out that vision and we're working towards that because, number one, my wife and I are both entrepreneurs. So, and I believe that you should be an entrepreneur because the Bible says so. And so we do have family and friends that come to us and ask us questions about entrepreneurship. But then we also have a lot of people, friends and family, that come to us and talk to us about marriage, about parenting, about how to manage money and stuff like that. And so you always want to find somebody that is a good role model that you can go to and ask questions to, especially as a newlywed. Now, establishing a debt strategy, a debt repayment strategy. If either of you or have come into the relationship with existing debt, it's important to address that and be open about it. Tell your significant other every single thing you got going on. And really, you guys should have talked about it before marriage, to be honest with you. But it's good to understand the types of debt, the interest rates, so that you can create a plan on how you're going to eliminate those things. The reason why is because, God forbid, now that you're married, if one of you passes away, your surviving spouse is going to inherit all of your debt. So the Bible talks about that you should pay your debts, right? And once you got that under control, then the Bible also talks about how you can use the debt to build up assets, and then using those assets to pay off the debt. That I will talk about in one of my master classes. Lastly, I think that I talk about this in every video, but it is highly crucial because of Proverbs 15:22. You should get professional help. Consider consulting a financial advisor or planner. especially if you have a complex financial situation or ambitious goals. A professional can provide personalized guidance, helping you optimize your strategies and provide insights into investments, tax planning, and insurance. A financial advisor can also help you facilitate those discussions and mediate any financial differences between the two of you. Remember, building a strong foundation for managing your finances as newlyweds involves open communication, shared financial decision making, and a commitment to financial transparency. And you have to review and update these things regularly. Why? Because you're going to be growing. The person who you are right now is not going to be the same person that you are 10 years from now, which is why it's always good to have open communication, because you don't want to wake up one day and be married to a stranger. So always communicate about everything that's going on in your marriage, but especially because I'm talking about money, talk about what's happening with your money. Now, I'll leave you with this. I had a client meeting where a client ended up making a major financial move, took a boatload of money out of one of their accounts that he was the sole owner on, so he didn't need the wife's approval to do anything. And so what it did was, one, it infuriated her, but it took them off course for their retirement. They were 2 years away from retirement, and now they're ending up looking at having to work another 10 years based on the decision that he made. He did not do what Proverbs 15:22 says, which is to seek, Proverbs 15:22 says, plans fail for lack of wise counsel, but with many advisors, plans succeed. And he didn't do that. And so I'm asking you, as you're watching this, to make a commitment to communicate with your significant other about your money. I think I've given you enough revelation for this video. I'll catch you guys down the road.